Hello guys, it's Fofo Tsukiyomi, and today I'm going to be talking about why FC BARCHA needs to beat MANSHINE City in the NEL Battle of the Losers. Now this video has been talked about by YouTubers like Hikoko Studios, and I'm pretty sure you can find others out there who've talked about this matchup, but today I'm going to give my take on why BARCHA needs to win. I don't think anyone's really glazed BARCHA enough in this NEL. Even the offer hasn't. Among all the teams in the NEL, they've got the least focus on them, so it's like if they win this, they will prove the frauds wrong because everyone was considering them the worst team in the NEL and how they've done absolutely nothing. This is the BARCHA show, but I'm here to prove those allegations wrong. So let's get to the first point. The first point is that Nagi Seishiro will not benefit from beating BARCHA. Well, in the chapter 247, we learn about how Nagi is getting his heat back again thanks to rail and social media, but it feels too simple and a too small stage for Nagi to get his ego back. Basically, social media can turn you on and turn you off. It's like a temporary boost. It's like a drug that makes you feel high for a second, and then you're back to normal. And Rail is not going to be the person to save Nagi. Nagi really needs to save himself at this stage. Rail has tried to save Nagi many times, but it's like it comes back to square one. So I feel like it will come back to square one in this game too. After Nagi scores a goal, I don't think it won't be enough. Okay, now let's talk about sideline characters, because sideline characters will really come into play here. Well, for the BlueLock BARCHA team, there are 4 U20 players who are in the FC BARCHA team, being Kitsunatsu, Wakatsuki, Hayate, and Darai. Now, I've mentioned U20 players specifically because in the BlueLock NEL, I think all of them have been featured in this game, and this goes to support the theory that the NEL is rigged because everyone who played in the BlueLock versus U20 match has played at least one game so far, I believe. So that means that all of them will be in this final game because everyone wants to see their favorite players play. Even if we don't like them, the fans in the BlueLock system likes them. And they will be playing for their heart's content because Sendo is their ace striker or former ace striker in the former U20 Japan team, which meant that Sendo really brought hype to them. Sendo and IQ really brought hype. And with their performance of destroying Nagi, they would definitely be hyped up in this game. For MANSHINE City, their only supporters are Neo, Hiragi, who we were just getting specific intel about in the BlueLock episode Nagi chapters, and Bo's watching Nagi's downfall from the bench. That's mental. And then we have lastly Nishioka the fraud, apparently. But I don't want to give Nishioka the benefit of the doubt, but at the same time, we have to excuse him because he's just coming off of an injury. So when you come off an injury, you're not going to be playing like your best, but that's a theory for another day. And the last person I want to mention is Rani Nama, who's been there from day one, from the BlueLock first round selection. We all know. So I feel like BARCHA has better sideline characters than MANSHINE City, who will help. And then the main characters, BARCHA and Otoya, in my opinion, is the best main duo among the whole NEL system. The way they work together is the best thing ever, and they just bring out the best in each other. Now let's talk about the sideline characters on how they could be effective. Kitsunatsu and Hayate were both basically able to understand how isagi and Rin works. Even though they couldn't stop them, they knew what it was. So they have some good of sort of football IQ. They were able to understand like most of the plays and how they were working. The one play that threw both of them off was definitely the barou one. Not Kitsunatsu, what's his name? Wakatsuki, that's the one I'm talking about, when Hayate and Wakatsuki teamed up. And then we also have to talk about Miroku Darai. He's able to understand Barou's twisted mentality. He was able to keep up with Otoya, so he's pretty fast as heck. I feel like him and Otoya could form like a devastating plan to try and stop Chiguri, making Chiguri have to pass to another player, because I don't think Chiguri can solo BARCHA alone. And here comes my second thing. I think Hayate will have to call in like Wakatsuki so that they can try and double team Rail, because if you can lock down Rail, you can stop him from getting the ball to Nagi. And Agi's probably gonna have to deal with Lala, so that's gonna be a battle, or the defenders. But if they if Lala can somehow instruct the defenders on how to stop them, because I believe Lala and Agi will have some sort of connection, as all these major non-blue lockers seem to know each other, like Agi and Kaiser, stuff like that. So I feel like they would be able to understand how Agi works and try to stop him, but I feel like Agi would be like one of the strongest forces for Manshine that we will need to beat. Next is I think I've said all of them already, but Hayate himself, he's not going to be that effective. Wakatsuki, him and Hayate are both going to have to work their butts off trying to stop Rayo. And if Nagi, it can be Nagi, I don't know if he will get the ball very often in this game, because I feel like BARCHA is really going to just say screw Lavino's tactics and survive, because this is their last survival game, and I feel like the players aren't going to go out like this. Now let's talk about the main duo. How will they perform? Otoya is one of the most deadliest persons, offensively and defensively. We have not gotten to see most of his defensive feats because it was against so many great offensive players and they needed to show their skills, like in Ness and many more players. But his shadow steps could be used in offense and defense. So him catching Chigiri, Rayo, and Nagi off guard is still in the cards for sure. And his shadow steps on offense is even deadlier, as they can lead to goals and build up Ninpo tiki-taka plays with Lala and BARCHA, which will lead to insane goals. And then speaking of BARCHA, his Gengar monster is insane. The dribbling skills he's gotten since entering the NEL is insane. He's basically an Itoshi Sei with his hyperactive instinctive monster. And now we have to enter Lavino. Lavino's their master, but he's gonna have to face off against Chris Prince, because there's no way Chris Prince is gonna sit back and let Lavino do the work compared to what Loki did. Now, here's how this match is gonna go. I believe Chigiri is gonna start off this match scoring a goal first, because Chigiri is not gonna have the insane Ubers defense to stop him, and against PXG and BARCHA with a team, Sebastian Munchen with teams without insane defenses, he scored the first goal. Now, the next person to score is definitely gonna be BARCHA, as the egoist 4 connection between them is gonna spark him to like make a massive comeback, and the fact that no one on Manshine City can really defend him, as he even bullied IQ, one of the greatest defenders in BlueLock, so the second best defender known to BlueLock. So yeah, he can definitely breeze through Manshine City with ease. There's no one to stop him. And then next, in order for BARCHA to win, they need to have Otoya score secondly. If they can do this, it'll be good. And there's really no one who can stop him, and especially if BARCHA scores first, the whole focus would be on stopping BARCHA. Rayo will be trying to stop him. Nagi would even try. Chigiri would try. And even if Chigiri stops BARCHA's attack, Otoya can come from the shadows and score against him. But Chigiri knows him very well, so Chigiri will probably be trying to lock down Otoya. But even no matter how good you are, Chigiri's blind spot, shadow, and impose spots are insane. I don't think they've been used to their full effect by the writer, but I feel like he will use them against full effect in this matchup. And I feel like Otoya will score his first goal in the BlueLock manga, because I feel like Lavino scored the 2 goals for BARCHA against PXG. Yeah. So how does this game win if it's still 2-1? I feel like Nagi will explode after this. Nagi would definitely get a second goal in there, rejuvenating his ego for just a moment, and I do not know if this will be enough to keep him hot, because Lavino's here, and if Lavino gets the ball first, Chris Prince is not stopping him. No matter how good he is, if he will use any distractions, just like how he used Isagi. He will find a way in 3 minutes. If he could find a way to score 2 goals in 3 minutes, he would definitely find a way to score against Manshine City. And if it's still 2-2, or BARCHA has 2 goals by the time he gets the ball, it's game over for Manshine City, and Lavino will close it out with a rising dance, dribble, festa, Brazil, carnivala, and score the goal to win. This is how I think FC BARCHA is going to win. It makes total sense, as their sideline players are more relevant to the story than Manshine City players. It's basically 4 players for Manshine City against, like, I think 6 players for BARCHA who are relevant in the story, and then they have their master strikers. And the fact that I don't think Nagi is going to be fully recovered in the game, even though BARCHA is very trash of a team and he will score, I do not think it'll be enough because Lavino is just that great of a player who will score if he gets the ball. And BARCHA and Otoya's duo is the best in the NEL. Fight me. If Ubers has Barou and Sendo, or Barou and Lorenzo, that is a good duoship. Isagi and Kaiser is not the best duoship. There's other duoships that are good, but this one is my favorite, and I feel like they just work together. There's no toxicity, and they've been together the longest among all the best duos in the NEL, so they would have had the most team chemistry. And thank you all for listening. Hope you all have a good day. Peace out.